We're live again. Hey, it's Waters, back in the studio, and this time Stephen Puth is going to join us. I think I've got my lights right. We've got some doctor's office fluorescents that were previously shining right in my face, but that has been taken care of, so I think the lighting is good. I look pretty much ready for Stephen Puth, I think, and he should be joining us any moment. He's scheduled for 6:15 this evening. So a quick look at my watch that I don't usually use to tell time because I'm a millennial says that he's still got 2 minutes to go. But I see a lot of people coming into the room. Let's say hi to some folks. Hi, Mackenzie. How's it going? Let's see. It's me, Riz. That's your username. Or maybe it's Reez. It's probably Reez, isn't it? We've got some Meghan Trainor fans in here. I'm looking forward to that next week. Maverick's in the building. What's up? Mason's in the building. Another Alex joining us. Hi, hi. Who else we got? Looks like Amelia. Am I saying your name correctly? Hopefully. Question, any idea when Meghan is supposed to go live? We are working on nailing down that time. It's going to be next week. Now that everything appears to be more or less fixed. Hopefully we will put something together cool with her very shortly. There's a good comment. I want to see Stephen. You will. You will. Stephen will be joining us in just a sec. So right now I'm just kind of letting the room fill up while we wait for Stephen Puth. He would still be early if he joined us. Let me go back to those live requests just to see. No. Okay, so that's not him. A couple of people asking to join the live. I was thinking tomorrow night, though, we would do a live where we'll put some fans on. We can talk about some things that matter to you guys. And hopefully, we can have a good time. We also have Ellie Goulding tomorrow. That'll be at 1:20 in the afternoon. And there he is. There's the man. He just entered the building. Stephen Puth. Go ahead and just send a request to join, Stephen. I'll pop you on the live, and let's make it happen. Let's see. There it is. All right. A couple of requests. I got to approve the right one. Let's click there. Here in just a sec.
Woo!
Woo, what's up?
What up, Waters? I was freaking out because I didn't know if the request button was going to work. I was reading all your stuff, and you guys are saying you're having issues, so I was like, I hope not me.
I know. Well, the thing about it is, like yesterday when I was on live with Meghan Trainor, it just cut off halfway through, and we could still see each other, but nobody could see the interview. So,
dude, that's brutal. Sorry to hear that.
It was awful. But I think we're good, right? We've got a lot of people commenting, saying hi. Y'all can see us both, right? Instagram's doing its job.
So far.
Got some heart eyes. I know that's not for me. That's definitely for you, my guy.
I don't know. You got a lot going these days. I wouldn't put it down.
Well, I'm trying my best at least. I do like the flannel, though, by the way.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This is the first time I've probably wore like decent clothes in like the past 3 weeks. Definitely been.
I mean,
everyone, and no one has to get dressed. I mean, let's be honest.
Like, I guess getting on camera, right, is a little different than regular quarantine life. But I mean, I'm just wearing a hoodie, so like, I'm guessing you've been keeping it pretty casual though, past couple of weeks.
You know, a little bit. I gotta do some laundry, but we're learning. You know.
Yeah, no, laundry struggle is real, especially when you've got like nobody else around to help you out with it. You know, when I was living by myself for a while, it was like, man, I have to do laundry again. Yeah, I just did this, so struggle is real. I wanted to kind of bring up one of the things from the last time we met. I don't know if you remember that. It was like probably not quite a year ago, right?
It was this summer. It's like July.
Yeah, exactly. We were throwing out that first pitch at that baseball game together.
Let's not talk about that, dog.
Just saying.
I bombed that.
Yeah. My first pitch it made it. It would have been a ball. It wouldn't have been a strike. It made it. But for funsies, because, you know, the chat, for the most part, probably wasn't there, I brought one of the baseballs that you signed. So a signed Stephen Puth baseball. I don't know if I can get it to show up properly in the light, but there's the signature. You guys see that? You guys see that?
Go.
It's still there. So I have held on to it. I haven't thrown it out.
I threw it pretty badly, so.
I mean,
it's
you know what? You'll get them next time, man. Next summer. When we're allowed to do baseball games again, let's bring you down here and have you throw out the first pitch at a Norfolk Tides game. How about that?
I'm so down. I need to make up for that. That was not good. But
I mean, you know, it's like every now and then you bounce it. It's all good. So you've got the new song out, "Crying My Eyes Out."
yes,
Pretty emotional. It's a little bit of a sad story. Just kind of like the last time we were talking about "Look Away." That's also a sad story about the relationship falling apart. It seems like maybe with "Crying My Eyes Out," this is after the relationship. So I wanted to ask, is this the same relationship that you're thinking about?
I think it's just best to say that one day I'll get it right, but I'm just learning, you know.
Wow. Okay, so it's two different iterations, I guess, of kind of going through the same thing, or I mean, I don't want.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
want.
kind of like yeah, I mean, to be honest, I feel like sometimes it's like my own worst enemy with relationships, where it's like you kind of just start looking at everything while you're in it, and you start overanalyzing it, and then you come up with ideas like, oh, like they used to look at me, or you know, cry my eyes. You're almost like predicting the future, and it's, you know. I'm gonna write a happy song next.
There you go. Yeah, right. I don't know if this is your goal, but like write a marriage song, you know, one of those almost like those Lucas Graham, you know, that Lucas Graham song, 7 Years, right? Where it starts as a kid and it goes all throughout his life. If you write one of those, maybe you'll set yourself up for a nice, fruitful, happy, loving relationship.
Just gotta like fortune tell my own life. That's
right.
Please.
Actually, that would be a really fun question that I've just thought up based on what we're talking about. I'm going to ask, and you know, it's a little rough, so forgive me, but if you could write a song to predict the future about one thing, like you were given one song that no matter what you wrote about was destined to happen, what would you put in that song? Like if you could predict with just one song some part of the future, what would you try to, I guess, make happen through music?
Make this virus go away, obviously. Like, I want to go outside.
I know.
It's what I haven't. I've been in my place for literally almost 3 weeks now straight, or 4.
Yep.
And I'm trying to work out, you know. It's hard, honestly. I mean, it's not hard. Stay inside. Like
that's super easy, right?
It's a no-brainer, but it's just like, you know, I don't know. I like just open the window and it's like really nice out. I'm just like, it's good. But obviously, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So
that's true.
I'd make 100 songs if that could make that go away.
Absolutely. Where are you at these days, by the way? Is it like, I know a
West
lot of
Hollywood.
Okay, so California. Yeah. A lot of the folks we've been talking to have been locked up in California. Honestly, it sounds pretty nice. Good for you, you know. You get to
it's cool.
I mean, enjoy it.
I think people are doing a good job, the whole, you know, social distancing, and actually, like, I think it's working. You know, I hope it's working. But, you know, I think by the summer we're all going to have, like, one worldly party to celebrate when this is all over, so.
I hope so, right? We'll be hitting the streets. And then, ironically, we'll all be getting sick with other things because, you know, like, when you take a flight and you're surrounded by all those people, you know, you get sick immediately afterwards. But it won't be with the virus. It'll just be, you know, a cold. So I'll take being sick if it's not that.
I think, you know, we got the world behind us, so I think it's going to work out. Yeah.
I hope so.
You know, it's going to be one big rage, yeah.
That is true. So I wanted to ask you about your creative process. Obviously, I was listening to Crying My Eyes Out earlier today, and I noticed kind of, at least from my own perspective, because I dabble in songwriting and stuff like that, and obviously we listen to a lot of stuff on the radio, it sounds like it could have gone either way. Some songs sound like you start with the guitar part and then put vocals on top, but some songs sound like, oh yeah, they definitely wrote the hook first and then kind of worked their way backwards. I was curious, because Crying My Eyes Out sounds like it's kind of right in the middle between those two approaches. So how do you write a song? You know, what comes first?
I feel like melody, but to be honest, what actually happened with this song, this was kind of a cool story where it's like the two people that I first met when I started writing, like just as a songwriter. And like they're really good friends and, you know, talk and all that, and it's funny because your friends sometimes can explain what you're going through without you even, like, better than you can.
Sure, absolutely.
And in this case, like, the chorus was written, and it was just, like, spot on. It's like, because sometimes you get so in it where you can't express. There's so many, like, literally, like, I wake up every day right now, and I'm like, I want to write like a Let It Be or something.
Absolutely.
But it's really hard to do that because look where we are, and it's like you're in the same. But you try and whatnot. It's kind of the same when you're like trying to analyze what's going on with your life when you're in a relationship, and like it's just kind of cool. They were just like, hey, like look at this idea. It was really good. So it's like it just kind of like it started with the chorus, and then from there, yeah, everything got worked out, and
cool.
Just telling the story, and that's what's awesome about having friends in music. Like they can help speak with you, for you, sometimes better than you can yourself.
Absolutely. I know you've got a lot. I know you've got a lot of acoustic versions of the songs you've done, kind of stripping away some of the more produced elements and just letting the story shine for what it is. I wanted to know if that's kind of how some of these songs start as well, because almost everything you've put out has some form of acoustic guitar in it. So do they start as just kind of you around the campfire, making it happen, and then layers go and get added on, or is it the other way around?
I honestly just like guitar. It's as simple as that. I just think it's a good element. There have been songs that I've written where we didn't start with a guitar, but I was like, I think it'd be cool if we added like little elements here and there. Like when I wrote Half Gone with my buddies, we actually didn't have any guitars at first. It was just piano actually. Just put down these like 3 chords, and then we went back later and we were like, oh, this would be sick. Like, let's just, you just start messing around with ideas, and for better or worse, you figure it out. And I don't know. I'm not mad at guitar. It helps.
Yeah, of course. No, we love guitar. I mean, I like guitar. I play guitar. I enjoy, I guess, sometimes going back and trying to learn those songs that people like you will put out. Going, what were they thinking over here? As I'm trying to learn the chords and be like, hey, what were they doing? So it's always an interesting process to kind of, from a completed song, try to go backwards into the skeleton of, okay, so these are the chords, and what were they trying to do with this, and how were they moving from this section to that section? So I know a lot of it goes into, or a lot of stuff goes into the songwriting process. And it sounds like for the most part, you've always got some friends alongside you, which is pretty good. That probably keeps you on track, right?
No, we just, it's fun to work with your friends. It's fun to work alone sometimes too, and sometimes you meet strangers, who become friends. But I don't know, it's just kind of cool because then it doesn't feel like work. It just kind of feels like you're messing around, and then you're like, whoa, we have a song, and that's cool. So,
have you been doing some Zoom calls with some of your songwriting friends lately?
Yeah, but none of us want to pony up and pay for the subscription. So it's like 40 minutes you have to like recall. But to be honest, a lot of it's just been like back and forth. Like the other day, like my buddy lives in London, and he was just kind of getting on me, and he was like, dude, like you got to do something. And I was like, all right, I'll make a beat. And I just like started this idea kind of, and then I sent it to him. I went to sleep, and then he was like, oh, cool, I added some stuff. And I was like, cool. Now we just have to write a song over it, we'll get there. But
right, yeah.
It's fun like during these times because it's you're literally you're kind of living on your phone, which is actually good to an extent and bad. But like I was watching the John Mayer Instagram Live where he was like, you got to turn your phone off at night. He's like, you can't go read the news. Like, he's like, and it was just the idea of you're getting the same amount of news just hitting you every single day. And it's like, that's just going to bum you out. So, like, go do stuff. Go try to, I actually did try to learn the harmonica. I'm going to figure it out eventually. But,
did you bring the harmonica? So many people in your Twitter mentions were like, bring the harmonica. Make sure you've got the harmonica.
I actually left it in the car because I was going to a social distance walk yesterday, and I wanted to play it in front of my buddy just to like annoy him, honestly. So that's what I did. It's downstairs though, I could.
There you go. Now I was told that you might be performing for us. I don't know if you want to give us a little rendition of "Crying My Eyes Out."
Yeah, I could do my best.
Okay. Casually pulls out the guitar that was
no, it was sitting here. The strings are dead. I really like when I have my buddy, my guitarist Eric with me because he makes me sound way better.
I promise.
But
through Instagram Live, nobody sounds good. You could have Yo-Yo Ma on one end, and it would be like, kind of getting it, kind of buffering. You're gonna be fine, and we'll fill in the rest with the live.
and nobody sounds good. On that note, best of luck, buddy.
Let's do it.
Oh my. Another night of crying my eyes out, thinking of you. What do? I do. Another night of crying my eyes out, thinking of you. Can't picture me, no you. You were right, I was wrong. I am weak, you are strong. I can't sleep when you're gone. I should have put you first. Now I know you deserve everything in this world. Baby, no more sleeping at my place. Told me that you needed space. How'd I let you get away? Don't wanna face another night of crying my eyes out, thinking of you. What do? I do. Another night of crying my eyes out, thinking of you. Can't picture me, no you. Lonely nights you've been gone. How did we come undone? I stay up till the sun. They say boys should not cry, but since you said goodbye, my pillow ain't been dry. And no more sleeping at my place. Told me that you needed space. How'd I let you get away? No. Another night of crying my eyes out, thinking of you. What do? I do. Another night of crying my eyes out, thinking of you. Can't picture me, no you. Won't you coming right back here? Won't you bring it right back here? Won't you coming right? Won't you coming right? Won't you bring it right back to me? Won't you coming right back here? Won't you bring it right back here? Won't you coming right? Won't you coming right? Won't you coming right? Yeah, another night of crying my eyes out, thinking of you. What do? I do. Another night of crying my eyes out, thinking of you. Can't picture me, no you.
Wow.
Thank you.
My man. Yeah. So,
I gotta get new strings for you.
Say again?
I always gotta get new strings. Those things sound a little flat, but it's got
Changing
cool.
strings is the hardest part of being a guitarist, isn't it?
Okay, so you know what? This is so petty, and you think I'd be good at this, but I'm not. You know how people get it really cut at the end where it's like professional?
Yep.
I'm never gonna be that guy. I don't know how to do it. I just cut my finger every time. It's really fun.
There's always a couple of centimeters of string. I totally get that. I wanted to pin this one comment from one of our mains who frequently takes part in these lives. You know, you just broke the "no one sounds good" on Instagram Live thing. That actually really did sound good. So we've got a solid connection, and you've got a lot of talent.
I lied. I got a second one.
Yo, he's got a harmonica.
No, but seriously, I have not figured it out. I've learned it's got numbers on it. Mm-hmm. Like that's C. That's all I got.
Okay.
And then if you suck in the air backwards, it's not C.
Really?
It's a lot of mouth breathing.
See, that just doesn't sound sanitary anymore. It's like, man, who would want to play a harmonica?
And I'm washing my hands like every day, dude. So you know, I'm just trying to keep my social distance from that thing for now.
Right. Let's open up the chat real quick for a fan question or two. I know a lot of people have been typing, and a lot of people enjoyed the performance. We got a bunch of hand emojis. So if anybody's got a question for Stephen, you know, we'll try to find a good one and ask him. That's probably gonna have to give people a minute to type it out. Spain loves you. That's always important. So that is good.
Brazil, dude. They keep saying Brazil. One day.
Look at that. Look at that. Yes. Stephen,
I'm so stoked. Whenever Brazil is happening,
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know? I guess we kind of just ruined the whole question thing.
We
That's
kind of
all
did,
right.
yeah. It's all come to Brazil. Somebody asking if you're single. I don't know if you want to open up that can of worms. Let's
Oh
ask you
yeah.
about this one.
No,
Let's
I can answer that.
okay, okay. Are you single? Okay.
Yeah, painfully single. It's pretty cool.
Painfully, but it's cool.
No, it's actually awesome. Like, you know, you kind of you learn a lot about yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm
Well,
really I'm pretty glad. Like, I feel like I'm rediscovering myself this past year, so I'm just kind of figuring it all out. It's cool.
that's good. Well, I mean, until you love yourself, how can you really love somebody else? Or at least that's what they say. So, I mean, good that you're
Oh,
going through, this period of self-discovery. Like, what is one thing that you've learned about yourself in this quarantine process and past couple of weeks? What have you kind of figured out about yourself?
well, I learned that Poland's in the chat, pretty huge. Poland and I, we go back. We go pretty back.
Poland is in the chat. Yeah, look at that.
What have I learned? I mean, I guess two things. It could either be like, however you want to see it, but you don't have to work like 24 hours every single day. Like I haven't, I mean, since I saw you, I don't think I've like taken a weekend to like do nothing. Or like, no, I mean like, like maybe I'll like stay home for a day, but like
Sure.
go drive somewhere, like go to the desert or like go to, I don't know, San Francisco. Like I haven't left, like the only reason I traveled this year was just simply because I had to like go see you guys, meet you guys, and like people at the radio stations and, go perform. And like, don't get me wrong, like I love that. I kind of treat that like vacation, but it's in, I got to do something. And I don't know what I'm going to do, but after all this, like I need to give myself like 4 days to just, I don't know, maybe go to like, not Vegas. I get scared in Vegas. Maybe like the desert. I love Vegas. The food's so good, but it's just like, I don't know. It's a lot of casinos.
Yeah, 4 days in Vegas, man. You will come back a changed man.
You're changed, yeah. I mean, Palm Springs, same thing. You go down to Mexico or like Tijuana, but I don't know. I just want to do something small, like take time for myself. I need that reset button.
I gotcha. Somebody was asking you a baseball question in the chat, so I guess you're a Giants fan. Is that what I understand?
I don't really follow baseball that much.
No? Okay, maybe somebody's just kind of doing their own thing. Let's move on from that one. Surely this is a reference to him, maybe. Somebody said, let's see, we don't have a name on that account, but they said we need an EP. You have any plans to release anything more long form in the near future?
Yeah, I may.
Okay.
I may.
As in you may in May?
I may, I don't know.
As in the NSYNC song, it's gonna be May.
Yeah, like you really gotta, it's gonna be May.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a couple things coming, so.
Okay.
Like I've always said, I like to take my time. Like, we live in a world where there's like 100 new songs every day or second. And like, that's cool. Like, that's really cool. I like to work a little slower. I like to actually be like painfully connected to a song where when we start making edits, I get really tied down to ideas, but it's cool.
Yeah, I totally understand. So, an EP potentially, when I guess this is all said and done, you'll be back out on the road. Is there anything that you're looking forward to about being free again, just kind of being out in the world? Like, what is the thing that you're most looking forward to?
I know this sounds really, I mean, actually, no, it's not weird. I feel like everybody's kind of feeling it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I did so last week I did a walk with my buddy.
Sure.
Literally opposite sides of the street.
Yep.
There was no one around. It was great. Had a face mask and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't been able to like give my friends a hug.
Right.
Or any form of like any like introduction of how you doing,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of weird. You really don't think about it until it's gone. Like 'Cause
Yep.
nobody should be shaking hands right now or like dapping each other up or hugging, but it's crazy.
So what you're telling me is, when the all clear order is given and we're okay to go outside,
I'm hugging strangers.
First thing you're going to do is
100%.
you're going to tap up the homies.
Not everyone, strangers.
Just random people. Just dap them all up. I love that. I love that. It's a good idea. It's a positive thing to look forward to.
I just think it's important.
Yeah.
It's funny how literal body language, when it's taken away, how everything can kind of change. But I don't know that. Go see my friends, make more time for friends that I haven't seen. And, just always hang,
There you go. Well, tell you what, let's do one thing. A couple of people in the chat asked for it. Can we do, to wrap up the live, can we do a virtual hug real quick for everybody in the chat? A virtual social distancing, CDC approved hug. Spread the arms out right and bring it in, okay? Just like that. My man.
My dude.
This was a lot of fun.
You're funny, dog.
This was a good time. And again, we're going to get you on a baseball field when we're allowed.
I've been practicing. I'm not even kidding. I threw the baseball with my dad like 3 weeks ago.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, still got a good arm, just terrible accuracy. I don't know.
That's fair. I mean, I was never a pitcher either, so you're not exactly, you're not speaking like a Pedro Martinez type. I mean,
we
next time around, I'm probably going to like overthrow it and you'll throw a strike. So
no, you had the good arc. Like you were. That wasn't your first rodeo. I had the shakes, and I was like, I have to throw as hard as I can, and I was the cameraman. So
it was my first ceremonial first pitch. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm cool under pressure, or maybe it was just beginner's luck. That's all it was.
I almost took out the cameraman. That was pretty like.
You would have given him a fun story. I mean, honestly, I kind of wish that you.
No, I would have given him a black eye if it actually hit him.
No. Well, as long as you don't.
I would have felt terrible about that.
As long as you don't hit him in the face, you're good. Like, I've taken a couple of baseballs to the chest and what have you. That would be a bruise and a story. He would be far more interesting at parties if Stephen Puth had hit him with a baseball.
Or I'd have a friend that would have a vendetta against me. So
that's true. You may have a lawsuit on your hands. All right. Well, brother, you enjoy the rest of your night.
All right, you too, dude.
It's been great hanging with you, bro. Keep up the good work. Drop some new songs. Maybe in May. I guess we'll find out. And
we may have an answer. Thanks to everyone who came and watched. Also to every country.
Every country in the chat.
Yeah. All right.
There's a world map out there. All right, man. Peace.
Stay safe. Peace, dude.
That's my guy right there. As you can tell, we go way back. Stephen Puth, man. How about a little clap in the chat? Maybe can we get some claps in there real quick to commemorate a wonderful live. I thought this was a lot of fun. Tomorrow we've got a pretty fantastic live as well to start the day. 1:20 in the afternoon. Same account right here at Hot1005. Ellie Goulding is going to be hopping on with us. So if you want to hang out with Ellie Goulding, ask her a question, see what she's up to, go ahead and add us. You'll get the live notification at just about 1:20. And yes, I will save the live. I'll pop it up on our story, so it'll be up for 24 hours. If you want to screenshot it, if you want to take some pics and send those to me, my account is Waters on Air. Or if you just want to go ahead and pull some clips and post those all over the internet, feel free to tag us. Feel free to tag me. Definitely tag him because he does see a lot of this stuff, a lot more than your average singer. So I appreciate the time with Stephen very much. I appreciate your time very much. Thank you for coming in, making this another successful live, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow for Ellie Goulding. So just like I told Stephen, I will tell you, peace amongst worlds.